In this lesson, most students knew how to graph linear function and the exponential function and knew which type of function they were, even though some of the numbers were kind of big to put on the graph, so they had to kind of go backwards from the table to figure out how to graph some of the points. So at 0, the function was, the output value was 1 for the linear function, and the exponential function, the exponential growth function, was approaching 0 as it went to negative infinity, as x went to negative infinity. And so if you look at the explicit formula for the linear function, it was, you could have wrote it as y equals, the slope was, it was adding 4 each time. The kids had to usually recognize the pattern quickly, but they had a problem. Some of them knew how to write the explicit formula, but all of the students seemed to struggle with recursive, remembering how to write the recursive formula. So 4 is the slope. But if you substitute 1, the input value in for x, you should get a 5, and you only get a 4, so you have to add 1, and then you'll get an output value of 5. And just to check it, 4 times 2 would be 8. If we input 2 for x, you get 8 plus 1 was not equal to 9, and so on. If you check those values, you'll input the x value, you'll get the output value of y that shows up in the table. The recursive formula we talk about is based off of the previous term. Whether it's linear or exponential, recursive refers to, it's based off the previous terms. And so if you had a sub n, the current term is equal to the previous term, I reminded them, is written as a subscript n minus 1, and then you're just adding 4 each time. The exponential, the explicit, we've talked about, was y equals, the starting value was the y-intercept, which is 1, times that common multiplier. It's being multiplied times 4 from term to term on the output values as the x is increased by 1. So that's going to be 4 is your b to the x power. The recursive formula is your current term is equal to, again, it's based off of the previous term. Each previous term is being multiplied times 4, so it's 4 times a subscript n minus 1.